Hi, this is Raven and Rosebush.
Hello.
Hello again. So we were going to talk about a whole different topic, but there's a global heat wave, if you haven't noticed. And so we hit a hard break
Yeah.
and went a different direction, redirected, because most of the time we're out in Europe, in Germany specifically. And unlike the United States, they don't believe in air conditioning.
Mm.
It's a thing. So we have been among our neighbors and our communities, suffering and actually coping and figuring out this whole heat wave. But actually, what we've noticed, and it's been pretty beautiful to see, is that it's pulled people out of their houses because indoors, you're like 10 degrees warmer inside. So it's kind of a hot box. So it's
Yeah.
actually pulling people out to nature. We're seeing people on the hiking trails. Probably the most packed our local hiking trails I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
And our local beaches, I mean, completely jam packed. So people are flocking to wherever the water source is, lakes, ponds, creeks, rivers, you name it. And the heat is pulling them out to the cooler shaded hiking areas. So that's kind of a cool byproduct of nature being maybe a little pissed off lately with this heat wave. So that really inspired us because we do think that this heat wave is a metaphor for today's social climate, political climate, and all the uprooted nature. So, hence our pivot.
Yeah. And from an obvious perspective, we've decided to join uh, the others and step outside into our garden. So you're going to hear a little bit of peripheral noise. Hopefully, the little microphone poofy thing does its job and reduces the additional noisy stuff. But we'll see how that goes. Um, and then, so as we were discussing this week's new direction, um, for whatever the reason, I thought about a movie from I think it was 1999. It was a Spike Lee film called The Summer of Sam. And without going down a rabbit hole, let's just say that the film was kind of a disorienting spiral of paranoia where like the reality of life in New York City at the time bends under like the heat wave, and then you've got the son of Sam doing his thing, and people are trying to figure out what's going on, who's the son of Sam, and friends turn on friends, spouses turn on spouses, and then at the end of it, there's a blackout, right? And that just sends absolutely everything over the edge. Now, the blackout was based on a real event that took place in 1977, so the summer of 1977, and it was the result of a heat wave during the time, and the system had been stressed, overburdened, and it broke it down at some point. But the political and the social environment at the time, the country was going through a financial crisis similar to what we're experiencing today in the US. There was a loss of trust in institution. Crime in New York City had increased dramatically, and that was pretty much happening across the country at the time. And that blackout just resulted in so many people just taking it out on the system. Like they just went nuts, right? So there was rioting, there was looting, and I think there were by the end of the night, because this just happened one night, and the power came on the next morning. But over that night, I think there were almost 4,000 arrests, and almost in today's dollars, $1.5 billion worth of damage, and a long term kind of black eye and shame on the city that things had gone that far and lost control the way that they did. Um, so I guess the question is, does that setup sound a little familiar to where we could be heading now? From a Jungian perspective, it's like the collective consciousness, like in 1977, is primed and it's ready to go boom.
Mhm. It's hot out there. I mean, I ventured to another country this week and this was the hottest they've ever experienced. I talk with people in Alaska. They're having their heat wave. It's literally hot everywhere. So we are aiming to cool things down for ourselves, our community, hopefully spread that refreshed, renewed energy even further. And it becomes contagious. Really, if you caught our introduction that we launched the channel with last week, that's really our grounding purpose is to really kind of combat this noise and negative energy and the things that our Raven over here just talked about with something more positive. So we're actually going to release all that pent up energy and recharge with a cool, grounded energy meditation, an active guided meditation. But there's some other things that we can do.
Yeah, and so from an everyday magic perspective and from a nudging the universe to maybe change direction or uh, insert a little more positivity. Um, there are some direct strategies. There are some tactics that we can use. The average person can use it. It doesn't require ritual. It doesn't require anything crazy. It's just a little poke, little
Hmm.
nudge. But today we felt that it was important for us to discuss and focus on ourselves, right? It's like they say, when you're taking a flight and there's an issue and the oxygen masks come down, they always say, put the oxygen mask on yourself first, and then you can help others. So Rosebush over here is going to take everybody through kind of an exercise to help recharge batteries. I call it, or we call it, the cold shower grounding meditation, and it does not involve water,
Mm.
so or nudity, so you don't have to worry about any of that stuff.
No, we are in Europe though, so that's much more the norm out here. So yeah, we are going to shift to a guided meditation, the cold shower. It is about 20 minutes long, so if you need to pause here, let's go put our hair up. Men, if you've got a man bun, same for you. Get comfy, and we will shift gears to that. If you're not going to take this ride with us, then I will say thanks for staying tuned in this long. We're definitely gearing up and enjoying ourselves so far. So please like, subscribe, and connect with us. We are interested in learning and hearing more from you. So appreciate that. All right, for those of you that are joining me, let's get ready. We're gonna meet right back here in the garden. Hi everyone. We have made it to the backyard for our grounding now. I was in a beautiful meditation. But there is a church, a very old church, right across the street, and it just started dinging, and you guys would not have appreciated that. It wasn't very grounding, so I am regrouping and I'm starting again, which is just an example of everyday life, right? Noise coming in, different things coming in, and so now I'm practicing and regrouping for my own self, but remember that it is noisy, it's hot out there, and so this is our grounding, cooling meditation, cooling for ourselves and cooling for our community. So for me, my garden is perfect because I am sitting on the cool earth. I am barefoot. I am bare legged. So I'm going to have as much of the cool earth on my body as possible. You can vary this if you're not able to do this by just standing foot planted, feet firm on the cool earth. Or if you're not able to get outside and you're in your apartment, you can visualize this. You can either sit on your ground, maybe tile or linoleum, something cool like that would be great. Or you can stand up firmly, so either seated or standing up inside as well, and just visualize what we're doing here. So let's go ahead. Get in your most comfortable place where you feel either your feet getting as comfortably but firmly planted as possible, or your bottom base like this, as close to the earth but as comfortable as possible. And then your palms will either be up in this position with your fingers comfortably open, or if you're standing, having your palms out, right? This is all about energy exchange. So palms out or up, and just relaxed is a great conductor. And then your feet or your body on the earth is an awesome conductor from below. Okay, and that's what we're going to do, is we're going to become basically generators for energy. We are like a regenerating energy system right now. So we're going to do this relatively quickly, 3 minutes or less, but get those palms comfortable, get your feet and your base comfortable depending on your position. Getting your body as relaxed as possible, leaving your eyes open if you prefer. Otherwise, I recommend closing those so we can just close off those extra senses and clear some of that noise. And then I want you to really take some big deep breaths in and out. And with every exhale, I want you to release burden, release heat, release frustration and anxiety. So let's practice this. Breathe in. And exhale out that frustration, negative energy, that heat, anxiety. And you always want to inhale shorter than you exhale. So it's okay to inhale just 4 counts. Let your exhale, that releasing of that energy, be at least 6 counts. Okay, so let's practice that again. Inhale. Hold it for 4. Release all of that out. Do it again 2 more times, and each time I want you to feel all of that tension in your body, all of those tense muscles, all of those relaxing. So 2 more times. Hold it. All right, last time. Hold it. Get rid of all the tension now on this one. Release. And with your calm, easygoing, stress-free, relaxed body, no tension, I want you to picture your feet growing roots, releasing those roots into the ground through your toes, letting those roots get further and further into the soil, deeper and deeper into the earth, until you feel the coolness, the cool depth of the calm earth. Keep letting your roots get deeper and deeper into the very heart of the coolness that is well beneath the soil. Let those roots pass through crystal and rock, gathering energy with everything they pass by. Let your roots swirl all around the soil into the depths of the cool, dark, calm heart of the earth. Picture them deeper and deeper until you reach a place where you feel most cool and most calm. And when your roots arrive there, go ahead and let them just calmly stay planted. Take in all the coolness, the quiet, but notice all this new energy from the rocks and the crystals and from the deep, calm, cool depth of the soil. This energy feels different. It feels refreshing. When you can feel it at its coolest, I want you to take a long inhale and pull all of that energy in around you to your roots. So with a big inhale, pull all that cool, calm energy into your roots. Filling your roots like they're your very own veins with this energy. One more time. Now that you've pulled that energy into your roots, with our next inhale, I want you to pull that energy all the way up until it reaches your feet. All right? And when you exhale, I want you to release heat and frustration and anxiety. Okay? So we're going to inhale and pull that cool, new, fresh energy up to our feet through our roots. And it's a long travel from deep within the earth. So here we go. Ready? It's at your feet. And now release heat, frustration, anxiety. All of that coolness is sitting at our feet now. And we are going to pull this cool, fresh, new energy up through our ankles and through our calves up to our knees, okay? And on our exhale, we're going to release the heat, the frustration, and the anxiety. Here we go. Release. Hold that coolness, that calmness, that refreshing energy through your feet, your ankles, your calves, and now hold it at your knees. And you've got it held there. And I want this next inhale to bring it all the way to your belly button, right into the depths of your belly, okay? So it's going to pass through your thighs, through your hips, and into your belly. Here we go. We're going to release the same thing when we exhale. Heat, frustration, anxiety. Ready? Inhale. Hold it in your belly and release the heat. You feel cool, calm, and refreshed from the belly down. It feels different. The energy feels different. You can feel it in your belly now, cool and calm, where all of that anxiety and stress used to sit. That somatic feeling now is cool and calm, and we're going to bring it through our core and up into our chest. Okay? Right into our heart and let it sit in our chest. That cool, refreshing energy. And we're going to release the heat, frustration, and anxiety. Here we go. Hold it in your chest and release the heat. Awesome. All right. This next inhale is going to carry this cool, fresh calmness through our shoulders and our arms, down our elbows, through our hands. Okay? We're going to spread it out to our wings. Here we go. Release the heat. Wow, you can try to feel the balls of energy that are now in your hands. Curve your fingers a little bit and feel that ball of energy there. Like little orbs in each hand, right? Now we're going to carry this cool, calm, new, fresh energy from the earth through our neck and up to our crown, through our face and up to our crown. Ready? Release the heat. That was awesome. I held on to the orbs in my hand, and now my body is full. And through the crown, I am going to release all the heat back to the sun. Every bit of heat I have left in me, I'm going to release it back to the sun to transform into light. All right? So we've got all that cool, calm energy in our body. We're going to pull it through to our crown and release that heat back to the sun. We are free of heat, frustration, and stress. But now I want to share this. And so we are now going to take all of this cool, calm, new earth energy that we have running through us and that we're holding in our hands as orbs, and we're going to spread it. We're going to picture it coming out of our crown, and we're going to spread it to our neighborhoods, to our communities, to our cities and villages. We're going to carry it through the forest and spread throughout the planet, okay? And I'm going to walk us through that with one big inhale. We are going to exhale that all out, okay? We are already calm and cool with our own energy. So when we inhale, we're going to pull up all of that new energy, and we are now going to push that out. So inhale. and push it out. Push that cool energy out to your neighborhood, to your communities, to your cities, to your villages. Let it run through the forests and the trees to the next cities, moving through, spreading as much of the earth as we can with cool, calm, refreshing energy from the ground, releasing stress and anxiety. All right, let's do that 3 more times and add our arm motion to that. So if you keep your eyes closed, this picture your hands of your palms, move them up to your crown and then push it out and release it out like a tree, okay? For those of you that peaked, that is quite all right. I understand that wholly, but we are pulling all of that cool, calm energy up through us. We're gonna move it up through our crown, release it back to the sun and out to our the rest of our communities, all right? Here we go, 3 more times. Inhale, release it. Release it to our neighborhoods, our communities, our cities and villages, traveling through forests, through the cities next to us, across the planet as far as you can send your energy to. Okay? Inhale again. Out through your crown. Send that out. Exhale to your neighborhood, to your community, to your cities and villages, through the forests, to the cities next to you, spreading that as far as you can across the planet. Last one. Through the crown, release. Through your neighborhoods, through your communities, through your cities and villages, through the forests quickly, down the rivers, catch a river, as quickly as you can, through the planet as much as you can. Blocking out any noise, just sending out positive, calm, relaxing, stress-free, anxiety-free, cool, refreshing energy, calming and beautiful from the depths and the heart of the earth, the deep earth. Still with your eyes closed. Hopefully your eyes are still closed. Still with your eyes closed. Feel how calm and how cool you are right now. Take in the lack of stress, the lack of energy, how calm everything is. Be grateful for this new, fresh energy that the earth provided. Feel grateful to yourself and your neighbors for sharing this energy. Grateful to the sun for transforming it into light. And with that, one last big exhale or inhale. Exhale into the earth again. With gratitude, open your eyes, wiggle your fingers and toes. How did that feel? I am so relaxed. I feel extremely cool and calm. I don't have any tension. I've got butterflies swarming around me. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out in the backyard with me. And I hope that this was calming, cooling, refreshing, and pleasant. Something that you can do at any time using all of those alternatives of sitting outside with the earth, standing outside, planted in the earth. You can see how those roots would go straight through your feet, regardless of sitting or not, or inside, where you can visualize and find that refreshing air. All right? Appreciate you. I'm grateful for you. Grateful for the community. And we'll see you out there. Like and subscribe. Add comments if you enjoyed this.